Browns general manager Andrew Berry took center stage at the 2026 NFL annual meetings on March 29, and he addressed some of the most pressing questions surrounding the Cleveland Browns heading into the offseason. Berry sat down with the media and fielded questions on everything from Miles Garrett's future with the franchise, to the Shedeur Sanders versus DeShawn Watson quarterback competition, to the Browns' strategy heading into the 2026 NFL Draft with the 6th overall pick. And what became immediately clear is that Andrew Berry is not a GM who gives the media what they want. He is calculated, guarded, and very deliberate with every single word that comes out of his mouth. The first major topic that Berry addressed was Miles Garrett, and the trade rumors that have been swirling around one of the most dominant defensive players in the entire NFL. The media has been pressing the Browns on this subject for weeks, and Berry shut it down directly. His exact words were, "Miles is a career Brown. He is one of the faces of our organization. I think we've been very clear both past and present in terms of our feelings." He followed that up by saying, "I'll be honest, I don't really want to waste a ton more breath on the topic." That statement alone tells you everything you need to know. Berry is not entertaining the conversation. He has made his position clear, and he does not plan to keep revisiting it every time a reporter asks. Miles Garrett is staying in Cleveland. The trade talk is noise, and the Browns front office is treating it exactly like that. Now shifting to what is arguably the most talked about situation in Cleveland right now, the quarterback room. The Browns currently have DeShawn Watson and newly acquired Shedeur Sanders both under contract, and the entire NFL world wants to know who is going to be the starting quarterback when the 2026 season kicks off. Berry addressed this directly, and his answer was measured but revealing. He stated, "As we sit here on March 29th and nobody has touched the grass, nobody has really worked with our coaching staff, I wouldn't handicap it for anyone." He made it clear that every player in that quarterback room deserves a legitimate opportunity to compete, and that the Browns would be doing the position a disservice if they went in with anything other than an open mind. What makes Berry's stance even more significant is what he said about the short-term versus long-term debate surrounding Shedeur Sanders versus DeShawn Watson. Many analysts and media personalities have tried to frame this as a situation where Watson is the short-term starter while Sanders waits for his turn. Berry rejected that framing entirely. He said, "I think we're probably just more focused on performance and best players." Certainly, time horizon factors into that, but just with any veteran player, there's no rule against extending the player's contract if they perform and do well. That is a direct and fact-based statement. If Shedeur Sanders comes in and outperforms everyone in that room, the Browns will extend him. His age relative to Watson's contract situation is not the determining factor. Performance is the determining factor. Full stop. Berry also addressed the question of whether the Browns might add another quarterback to the room. He said their lean would be toward a younger player, most likely. But he stopped short of making any definitive commitments. He acknowledged that circumstances change and opportunities arise that you cannot always predict. The Browns are remaining flexible, which is consistent with how Berry has approached nearly every question throughout these meetings. He is not locking himself into any specific direction publicly, and that is a deliberate strategy. Moving into the 2026 NFL Draft, Berry's comments around pick number 6 were some of the most eyebrow-raising of the entire press session. When asked about the Browns' plans with their 6th overall selection, Berry said plainly, "I don't know that we are going to be picking 6 at the end of April. And if we are picking 6, I have no idea what we're going to take at this point." He laid out all the options on the table, sitting and picking, trading up, trading down, or even packaging the pick to acquire a veteran player. He added, "We try and remain flexible as we go into draft weekend, and we want to use the asset in the best way possible." Berry acknowledged that this might sound like standard GM talk, but insisted it is genuinely the truth. One of the most discussed draft prospects in connection with the Browns has been Ty Simpson, the young quarterback prospect who has generated significant buzz heading into the draft cycle. Berry did not attend Ty Simpson's pro day, which led to media speculation about the Browns' level of interest. Berry addressed the question directly by saying, "I have spent time with Ty. "I think that's obvious and will continue to do so," and added that he has a bright NFL future. He would not elaborate beyond that, as he declined to comment specifically on individual prospects. But the fact that he confirmed personal time spent with Ty Simpson means the Browns' interest is real, regardless of the pro day absence. Berry was also asked the broader question of whether a rookie quarterback could realistically compete for a starting job in 2026. His answer was straightforward. He said, "I think it's wholly realistic in terms of them competing for the starting job." However, he was equally clear that a large part of that would depend on the individual player's ability to acclimate to the speed and complexity of the NFL game. He stressed that this is handled on a case-by-case basis, and that no blanket promises are being made to any player or about any draft pick. That is a fact-based, no-nonsense position from a front office that is clearly prioritizing merit over narrative. Berry also touched on the state of the offensive line, and his tone shifted noticeably more positive in this section of the press conference. He praised the off-season additions and expressed particular confidence in two players, Elton and Titus, noting that both are players who can play at a quality starting level at both positions across the offensive line. That kind of versatility is invaluable for an offensive line trying to rebuild continuity and depth. The Browns have clearly made protecting their quarterback a priority this offseason, and Berry's comments reflect genuine satisfaction with the progress made on that front. On the wide receiver position, Berry acknowledged that the Browns like their internal group but left the door open for additions. He said, "I would imagine that at some point in the offseason, we'll add some external talent." He also reminded the media that it is only March 29th and that the Browns still have approximately 5 months left in the heaviest part of the acquisition window. So while no major wide receiver signing has been announced, Berry's comments make it clear that one is likely coming before the season begins. Stepping back and looking at the full picture of what Andrew Berry communicated at these 2026 NFL meetings, a clear pattern emerges. He confirmed Miles Garrett is not going anywhere. He confirmed the quarterback competition is fully open. He confirmed the Browns are performance-driven, not narrative-driven, when it comes to evaluating Shedeur Sanders and DeShawn Watson. He confirmed that pick number 6 has no predetermined outcome. He confirmed that Ty Simpson is on their radar. And he confirmed that wide receiver help is on the way. What he did not do is give the media any specific, exploitable information that could complicate the Browns' off-season strategy. Every answer was factual, minimal, and intentional. That is the profile of a general manager who knows exactly what he is doing and has no interest in letting the press dictate his timeline.